Okay, so I have been getting a lot of comments on the channel telling me to stop using the combat knife and start using the pistol because apparently your movement speed is faster with the lightweight pistols like the M19, X16, and 1911. Pretty much everyone is addressing the Exclusive Ace video where he said that the movement speed with the combat knife is 100%, whereas the movement speed with the pistol is 103%. Now, it's important to keep in mind that with the combat knife you have 4 seconds of tactical sprint, and with the pistol you only have 2 seconds of tactical sprint. But in Ace's video, he said that even with a shorter tactical sprint duration with the pistol, you are still overall faster and can get to a spot a little quicker than the combat knife. So originally, when I saw this video, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna switch out all my classes and use a pistol instead of a combat knife. Now, as you guys know, I play a lot of search and destroy, so rush routes and timing is extremely important. And when I was using my rush routes with the pistol, I was definitely not getting to spots faster. So after like a week of rushing with the pistol, I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna go back to the combat knife. And in my head, I'm like, I'm definitely still faster with the combat knife. So last night, I finally decided to test this out for myself. Now, I'm not saying that Exclusive Ace got it wrong because he usually is very detailed and accurate with his stats. I'm a huge fan of his channel and I definitely think he's like the best place to go for detailed weapon stats and accurate patch information. I feel like maybe Infinity Ward might have made a secret change after he made that video. And trust me, Infinity Ward does that all the time. They have a bunch of secret patches and updates and they don't ever say a thing. But without further ado, let's get right into my test results. Okay, so I did all of my testing on Grasna Raid. I just went from one side of the road to the other. I had my back against the wall and I started the timer right on the frame of forward movement, and I ended the timer as soon as I hit the wall on the other side. So the first thing that I wanted to test out was just sprinting from point A to B with the pistol and not using any double sprint, so just using the regular single sprint. And as you can see, it took approximately 11.628 seconds. Now let's do the same thing with the combat knife. Again, no double sprinting, just single sprinting. And I actually got the exact same time at 11.628 seconds. Now there definitely is going to be some human error or rounding error, but I even decided to manually count the frames on my editing program. And at 60 frames per second, I got from point A to point B in 697 frames with both the combat knife and the pistol. So as you can see, without any double sprinting involved, your movement speed is almost identical and I'm not seeing any difference. Now the second and probably more important thing that I wanted to test out is sprinting with tactical sprint at the beginning. Now with the pistol, again, you get 2 seconds of tactical sprint and I got from point A to B in 11.228 seconds. So let's do the same thing with the combat knife. Now with the combat knife, you're gonna get 4 seconds of tactical sprint, and I got from point A to B in 10.928 seconds. In terms of how many frames this took at 60 FPS, I covered the distance in 673 frames with the pistol and 656 frames with the knife. So with the set of tactical sprint at the beginning, I'm still getting from point A to B a little bit quicker with the combat knife. Now, what about using stims? So I get this question pretty much on every single video, at least 100 comments I think per video, that always ask me, why do I stim at the beginning of my rush routes? Like, are you getting more health? Like, what does it do? Well, using a stim actually resets your tactical sprint. So when I rush and search and destroy, I usually use a stim right when my tactical sprint is about to run out, and it pretty much gives you another set of tactical sprint. And this is why I usually don't use double time, I just use EOD in search and destroy, because I usually stim anyways to get more tactical sprint. So let's say I'm using a pistol for a rush route. If I use both my stims to refresh my tactical sprint, I can get from one side to the other in approximately 10.41 seconds. So let's do the same thing with the combat knife, which is what I normally use. Again, I get 4 seconds of tactical sprint to start, so I try my best to pop a stim at around 3 to 4 seconds. Sometimes I'm a little early, but it really doesn't matter. And as you can see, using 2 stims, I was able to get from point A to B in 9.76 seconds. So using the stim method and with tactical sprint, I covered the distance in 624 frames with the pistol and 585 frames with the knife. So again, using the combat knife is still faster overall. So there you go, those are my findings. Again, there may be some human error with my calculations, but I spent about 2 to 3 hours last night testing this because I really wanted my findings to be accurate. So overall, as far as I can tell, you are not faster with the pistol. Your base movement speed seems to be identical, and since you have a longer tactical sprint duration with the combat knife, in the long run you should always be faster than the pistol. But that is going to be it for today's video. I just want to say this again, I don't think Exclusive Ace made a mistake. I honestly think that Infinity Ward might have made a change after after he made the video. I'm not sure if he's gonna ever see this video, but if he does, I mean, let me know, like, did I do something wrong? I hope I didn't mess up. But anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to drop a like if you did like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.